Please stay tuned. So, very good start of a day, Indian Business Excellence Summit. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned for our next guest speaker. Uh, yeah, Praveen, just let Arvind ji in. Good morning, Arvind.
Good morning,
Good
Mr.
morning.
Kare. How are
Yeah,
you?
I'm doing good. So, thank you very much, and great to see you. Okay. Uh, so let me give a quick round of introduction to Mr. Arvind Saraf. Mr. Arvind is talking about performance management for business excellence today. Arvind is a performance consultant, a former corporate leader with deep experience helping mid to large organizations and MNCs. And he really managed a large MNC to drive profitability growth over multiple years. So he is hands-on executive, execution-focused performance management enabler, and build sustainable performance culture. So thank you for joining the session today, and you can introduce some part if I have missed Arvindji.
Thank you, Mr. Abdul. I will upload my slide deck now.
Yeah, yeah.
Just want to confirm that. Can you see
Yeah,
this?
yeah, yeah. We can see the slide deck. Yes.
Okay. So obviously, you know my name by now. I'm founder and CEO of a boutique consulting company, Strategy Consulting, and my company is focused upon performance management and strategy. If you wish to know more, connect me on the LinkedIn. Today's conversation is about performance management, but not in the traditional sense of appraisals or ratings. This is a business excellence conversation, and that includes how performance management, when designed as a system, converts strategy into business outcome. Most of us have survived performance management systems. Some of us have even designed them, and glad to say that we have lived to tell the story. And that's precisely why this topic matters. Performance management sits at the intersection of strategy, people, and execution. When it is designed well, result compound. And when it is poorly designed, even great strategy and capable people deliver average outcomes. So, why do good people in good companies still deliver average performance? The question comes repeatedly. The issue is rarely motivation or talent. It is the system people operate within that shapes performance. Most organizations don't have a performance problem. Most organizations already have capable people. What fails is how performance is defined, enabled, reviewed, and reinforced. The hidden cost of performance management. Poor performance management shows up slow growth, silent disengagement, and results that look good briefly but fail to sustain. So, for example, if results improve this year and collapse next year, we must ask whether we built performance or merely pushed outcomes. What is performance? So, performance is multidimensional, uh, really multidimensional. It includes outcomes, repeatability, resilience, and the ability to perform better tomorrow. If any one of this is zero, performance collapses. So performance is not a HR topic, it is CEO topic. One must understand that. When performance management is treated as an HR responsibility, it becomes compliance driven. When owned by leadership, it becomes strategic execution system. So let's talk about why performance management. It is essentially to serve three goals. Performance management must deliver results, build capability, and sustain engagement. And these goals, as you can see, uh, need to be customized and synchronized. This is most important aspect. Deming reminds us if we cannot describe what we are doing as a process, we do not truly understand it. This applies directly to performance management. So, performance management is a business system that converts strategy into execution and people potential into results continuously and not annually. If PM cannot be described as a process, it becomes an event, and events do not build business excellence. So, what a system looks like. This slide shows performance management as a flowchart I crafted for a client. It emphasizes strategy, goals, feedback, capability building, and replacement. I wish to give a quote from James Clear, who wrote Atomic Habits. You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. And that signifies the importance of systems. Why traditional performance management is structurally broken? Important question. Traditional performance management was designed for predictability and control, not today's complex and interdependent work. Per my assessment, it has four fatal flaws. These flaws are structural design problems that undermine collaboration, trust, and capability. Does your performance management system look like this? So, traditional performance management is mostly performance appraisal, as you can see in the picture here. It measures people instead of fixing the system that shapes the performance. I have witnessed in some companies, employees are measured on some scale till two decimal points rating, like 4.83 rating, you can see here. So this measures people instead of fixing the system. That's what I wanted to emphasize. So fatal flaw number one is individual obsession. Traditional performance management focuses on individuals while ignoring cross-functional dependencies. So obviously, no man or woman is an island, uh, and performance is achieved not by an individual but cross-functional dependencies and managers' capability. So this point is sometimes missed or many times missed. Fatal flaw number two, illusion of fairness. Traditional performance management emphasizes uh, standardization. The standardization gives us comfort, not truth. Human judgment cannot be fully standardized. So, obviously, we are not machines. So, fairness and standardization in ratings and the judgments of performance simply cannot be achieved. Battle flaw number 3, pay for performance myth. In complex work environment, incentives optimize behavior, not performance. And obviously, we are not Pavlov's dog. I don't want to get into story of Pavlov's experiment here, but it is many companies we see pay per performance uh, is just used as only lever to manage performance, and it doesn't work all the time. Battle flaw number 4, internal competition. Relative ratings practiced by many companies create internal competition and quietly destroy collaboration, which is a hallmark of performance in every company. So, comparing people to one another erodes efforts to create collaborative culture. So, what should performance management really do? This is really a pivot from management to enablement. Performance management is about enabling performance. The purpose of performance management is to help people perform today and build capability for tomorrow. I provide a framework of 3 commitments, 2 steps, and 6 levers. The framework provides a structure without rigidity, a design logic, and not a template. Some of you might be wondering how this applies in your organization. We'll come back to that in Q&A. So I'll start with commitments. These commitments are leadership choices. So commitment number 1, trust people, trust process. Without trust, PM becomes defensive and compliance driven. If you don't trust your people, no system will save you. Commitment number 2, keep rewards in scope. Rewards should support performance, not hijack it. So many times we can see that rewards become the mainstay rather than performance. Commitment number 3 is be courageous. At first, leaders need to display courage to change the current process. And next, performance enablement requires leaders to let go of excessive controls. So these are the 3 important commitments when we start journey towards performance enablement. Now we'll go for 2 steps. So the first step is to activate all 3 goals, which I had mentioned earlier. The first is drive organizational performance. So that is the main goal. The second important goal in terms of capability development is develop people. And third goal is reward equitably. Results, capability, and engagement must be activated together. Most companies optimize one goal and compromise the other 2. And most of the time, it is focused on performance appraisal and rewards, really, associated rewards. Step 2 is customized to your business environment. and SWOT. There is no best per PM system, only one suited to organization context. So, how does it work in real life? So, if you take a startup, there may be higher weightage on organizational performance and speed. If you take a fast growing firms, ideally there should be higher weightage on capability building. And if you take mature firms, we need to have stronger emphasis on equitable rewards. So, performance management system need to be designed for each organization and should be best suited to the context. I will talk about 6 levers now. So, first lever is change your focus. Shift from judging past performance to building future capability. So, it requires a growth mindset. And the growth mindset is about attaching the sense of motivation to the efforts itself and enjoying learning and getting better at everything. It's about leveraging neuroplasticity of the brain. So instead of putting microscope on past performance, we should leverage it or use it to predict future performance and create a growth coaching. So the lever 2 is goals and alignment. And I think many times, many companies have goal setting, uh, optimize, uh, and let's say put into numbers in great details, but they miss alignment. And alignment really multiplies impact more than precise targets. So it's very important to have 2 shifts. The first shift is uh, focus should move on horizontal alignment to strategy and vertical alignment across functions and hierarchies. And shift 2 is goals are not static, goals are dynamic and in sync with changing environment, both external and internal, to make progress through the year. So I've seen companies doing annual goals, and this practice is obsolete. So I recommend quarterly goals at leadership level and monthly goals at operating levels. So it has to be as dynamic as that. And when the goals are aligned with business goals, broad business goals, and strategy, it brings a significant improvement. I will go to lever 3, which is feedback and performance insight. So, 2 shifts again. Performance and career talks are frequent, lighter, and support an ongoing conversations. So, many a times I've seen that the feedback or career talks are reserved for annual performance appraisal. By that time, I think a lot of time is already lost. So, the second shift, as I have said, that feedback is redefined and immediate, and it can be from everyone really. I can give an example that if feedback is given immediately after an event or after a meeting, it has maximal impact. So typically, annual appraisals look backward, and excellence is built looking forward. So lever 4 is career development and planning. So careers don't grow by chance, they grow by clarity. 2 shifts again. Employees take ownership of their career journey enabled by clear performance expectations and insight into possible career path. And mechanisms are put in place to support mobility and velocity of talent. So, I strongly recommend a career progression chart for key employees uh, with continual discussion and empowering them and inspiring them to take the best option for career path. Level pi is coaching and mentoring. Managers usually manage the work, but coaches build capabilities. So the first shift needs to be managers are prepared and take on the role of coach when called for. And the second shift is peer-based model, including communities of interest, provide mentoring and learning alternatives. It is a very powerful shift. Uh, I have practiced in my own experience peer-based model where you allow a peer to tell the success story, invite others to their respective functions or regions, and demonstrate what they have done well. And this works phenomenal uh, in terms of it's kind of an indirect coaching. So once again, coaching is very important. It builds capabilities. And finally, reward six, most important lever, as everyone understands, rewards and recognitions. So I recommend the first shift, that is pay for capabilities and reward for contributions. So many a times we find that capabilities or rewards are mixed together, and uh, at times rewards are misinterpreted as capabilities, and you can see some promotions in the organization which do not change the job description. So that is kind of absurd. So it's very important to understand the capabilities or potential and contributions to properly configure rewards and recognitions. The second shift, reward portfolios create agile methods. So this I will explain a bit later in next slide. So financial rewards is only one part of reward, but there are many other ways. And I will talk about it in next slide. Third shift is recognition is amplified and fueled by peers. So in at one of my clients' company, we always create a case after a project or task is completed and copy it to the team members and seek feedbacks as well as what went well and what could be better. And peers really recognize team members. And this creates a snowballing effect and it builds tremendous motivation. So just to summarize, pay builds compliance and recognition builds commitment, and both are important. So something more about pay for capabilities and reward for contribution. So capabilities are building skills and knowledge that are critical for today and tomorrow. And this is best done by performance potential analysis, and high potential employees who build the capabilities necessarily require to be acknowledged for pay increase. And routinely, market aligned adjustments are required for applied skills and knowledge to ensure that we are at par with the industry practice. Whereas contributions are immediate gains for the organization. But it should be clearly understood that what is a contribution, who has uh, who has delivered it, and details of it. We need to diversify rewards and recognition portfolio, and the frequency, timeliness, and choice are very important. So frequent and timely rewards for contribution really impacts fuels engagement and performance. So instead of just pay increase, so in creating culture of recognition, instead of just pay increase, significant innovation is possible by creating tapestry of reward portfolios such as equity offering or retention bonuses in some companies, experiences, and I will talk about it, recognitions of different types. So experiences give a great avenue for recognition. For example, asking an employee to participate in CEO's meetings, or asking an employee uh, to attend a company event which is not linked to his direct function but gives him an exposure, uh, or allowing an employee to attend a very premium training program. These are all possible experiences alternative, and there could be more. For example, in at one of the client, uh, a suggestion came to offer a to and fro ticket to a senior employee to meet his son who was residing in Delhi, for example. And he was overjoyed. So, this is something which is a very different kind of experience, which comes as a recognition. And as William James rightly said, the deepest principle of human nature is craving to be appreciated. So, we should use this extensively in performance management. So, performance enablement can create a spiraling effect, particularly when goals, coaching, feedback, support, recognition, and employee development are well synchronized. This is something which every organization should aim for. Now we'll come to business excellence. So, how this drive business excellence? I mean, why we are talking about it in Business Excellence Summit? So, according to me, market performance is a lag indicator. Performance management is a lead indicator. Performance management builds capability, capability improves execution, and execution drives market performance. By market performance, I essentially mean revenue growth, profitability, customer satisfaction, and talent retention. I4CP, or Institute of Corporate Productivity Research, has revealed that organizational performance indicators and people practices have the greatest influence on market performance. Each of these fit within one of the five human capital domains: market, strategy, culture, leadership, and talent. So, the final takeaway: performance is systemic and not individual. Traditional performance management optimizes control, not excellence. Enablement beats evaluation, and business excellence requires courage, trust, and design. The question is not whether you need a performance management. The question is what kind. I will pause here. Happy to take any questions.
First of all, Arvind, it's fantastic way you have explained. Uh, uh, Instead of talking about frameworks, methodologies, and all, you explained the whole performance management in a very simple, straightforward, and like in a crisp way, which is applicable to any organization. So, thank you for that. I really enjoyed the session.
Thank you.
Okay. So here, I'm just, there is any question, please post, ladies and gentlemen, post the questions. Uh, 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 yeah, if you have any questions, we can flash them. Uh, so three commitments are great. The third commitment is very critical. So can you explain that the commitments part little once again, Arvindji? Mhm.
Yeah, sure. So uh, I talked about commitment number one, that is trust people and trust process.
Mhm.
Many a times, employees feel that any kind of evaluation, largely performance management in many companies, just performance appraisal, and it is gamed. I mean,
Mhm.
it is. They
That's
don't
true.
believe the process itself.
Mhm.
So it is very important to create a process which is well discussed, well communicated, and understood by people that it is in their interest. So that is, and you have to trust people when they give self
Hmm.
appraisals, for example, or when they give talk about their
Mhm.
own evaluation of their own performance. So this is commitment number one.
Yeah.
Commitment number two is keep rewards in scope. And what it means is that uh, many a times performance reviews or appraisals happen at the end of the year. And because of that, there is a lot of bias and scare, both, in terms of, if it is linked to my salary increase. And that creates um, fairly reserved conversation during the meeting. So my recommendation is always have at least two meetings of
Uh-huh.
performance review, ideally every 6 months.
Mhm.
And the rewards, people have to understand that rewards need not be only pay increase.
Hmm.
It would be in terms of different forms of recognitions and experiences. And we should do it without waiting on a continuous basis. So that creates a confidence and creates an impact. And commitment number three, very important, is be
Very
courageous.
important.
So any past system to change, you require courage. And
Yeah.
even CEOs don't want to have any headache.
Yeah. Yeah.
So these performance management or appraisals are owned by HR. And I have already said that it is not a HR. PM is not HR topic. It is CEO topic.
CEO
So
top.
so CEO needs to be courageous to make changes.
Mhm.
Uh, what I mentioned, for example.
Mhm. Mhm.
So uh, and a lot of time it comes to horizontal alignment, that it takes a lot of efforts to align all the goals with company performance. The most important step, as I said. So uh, courage is required from the top management. That's what I meant.
Fantastic. See, this is a trust people and trust process from the Indian context. Okay, so there is a huge gap. Okay, so if you want to really take India from the business sense to the next level or a global level, okay, so these three commitments are very critical. Other things, yes, it's a doable levers and all. It's very nice. Okay, but these trusting people, trusting process, and also leadership courage. So this is something. How do you help, Arvind, for the organizations when somebody reach you? Yeah.
Yeah, so I think first of all, what we do that I think not at a uh, mega level, but create success,
Hmm.
using some of these steps, and need not be first crafting the system, but practicing it in a small way. So as a consultant, when I come in, the first thing I do within 3 to 6 months, I create a success, using the same principles. I mean, for
Hmm.
example, I will surely start with 2 steps. That is alignments and goal setting, which I will help. I will uh, push for quarterly goals, for example, and then associate some recognitions and rewards along with
Hmm.
small achievements. These are very important. So that is take 2 steps. And in terms of enablement, I think uh, as you start focusing that when the monthly review takes place, change the focus. I mean, just say, okay, it has happened, but how we are going to learn from it for future, or this month or next quarter.
Next quarter.
So that is changing the focus. uh, there is also significant coaching, because as a consultant, along with the CEO or the respective functional managers, we do take a lot of interest in uh, coaching, and it is not visible coaching, it is acting like their team members. So I sit into their meetings and may not speak much, but afterwards I may give feedback, or in
Mhm.
some meetings I may speak to some extent. But essentially, this lever is also helpful, that the person feels that I am on his side, his or her side, and I'm not somebody who is evaluating.
Mhm.
So this is something which, just to give few examples.
Excellent, excellent. So there is a question from Dhruv Raj. Uh, while team results are good metric for performance, but how do you identify push laggards? Okay. At the same time, how do you keep high performers motivated?
Okay, that's a great question. Uh, so I think first of all, identifying laggards is not so difficult. I mean, if you have clearly set goals, I'm talking at manager levels, clearly set goals, and if you do monthly reviews, and if you see the discussion the way it goes, it is not very difficult to identify laggard. And in terms of push, it is important that the push doesn't come from the boss alone. Like when we do a review, I recommend transparency. So where everyone is sitting and a manager gets up and talks about his last quarter performance versus goals, and everybody gets up and talk. So the person himself understands that he has not performed well. So that self realization is critical.
Mhm.
And obviously, in one on one review, a feedback is given direct. And I believe in radical candor. There's a book by Kim Scott, if anyone is interested. So it should not be with any sugarcoating. It should
Mhm.
be straight and forward, and it
Mhm.
should be immediate. It should not be reserved. So if the monthly review, one on one review takes place, it is very important to display radical candor. So this is one part of pushing laggard. In high performers, largely you give them stretch goals. That is what I found, ambitious goals. I mean, the formats I have designed for goal setting, there is a scope to set stretch goals. So you start giving them stretch goal and assess them on that, and
Very interesting.
this creates and also help them to achieve that. So this creates tremendous impact. That's what I've seen.
Great. Radical candor and also the peer pressure, as you said, it's not
Yeah.
only from the boss, it's from the
Yes.
peers
Yeah.
by showcasing the performance of all others, the peers. I think that will be the much that will be a great motivation for every laggard,
Right.
and
And
it's very important.
I would also interject here and talk about feedbacks. Suppose somebody has done a great job, or he's won an order, so you have to tell him immediately that you have done a great
It's a
job.
great job.
Love it. Or somebody has screwed up, then you have to say that, okay, listen, I mean, I was observing in the meeting and your behavior is not right. This is the way,
Mhm.
this is not acceptable. So these also help
Mhm.
to course correct and help employees to improve uh, their attitude to performance as well as performance.
So is this the way? So what is your advice for the especially the mid-size growing organizations? So there is a final takeaway for them. Okay, it's like a top three. It's very important that it's not only it's a big problem in India. Okay, so every organization in one way or other they have problems, especially the behavioral side and commitment side. Okay, so the top three key takeaways, Arvind, from your side. Mhm.
I think I have talked about three goals. Uh, that is organization results, develop people, and reward and recognition. So these need to be designed to the need of the organization. So, for example, fast growing, then of course the capability, people capability or team capability
Capability
is
building,
very
yeah.
important. So you have to focus on people development. But also, I mean, the other two are
Mhm.
not subordinate goals, but I think the weightages can be decided for three goals. And the three goals have to be crafted for each company. They will be different for each company. They cannot be copy and pasted. A lot of efforts have to be taken in this regard. And I can tell you from my experience that we have been able to create a good success, um, leveraging all the three goals at a time and not separating out.
Great.
Yeah.
And and I like the way you explained that the performance management is not some HR job; it's a CEO job.
Yes.
Okay, so that is it's not a compliance; it's a strategy. That's very well explained. Yeah. So good discussion on feedback. Catch the good and give feedback immediately from Prem Kumar. Yeah. So
Thank
thank
you.
you.
If anybody else have any other question, feel free to call me,
Yeah.
reach out to me,
That-
connect me on LinkedIn.
yeah.
I'll be happy to help.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions, need help to support your organization, you can directly connect to Arvind Saraf in LinkedIn, or you can connect to us. So we'll just make sure that your questions get answered, and also you can get connected on one to Arvind. Okay, so thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's a wonderful session. I really enjoyed the session, Arvindji. So thank you very much, and stay tuned, all the participants. Please ask questions. I know it's a weekend, so please feel free. Even if the session is completed, you don't have to worry about it. Just post questions. Those questions can be answered offline, and we have time to do that until the end of the day and also the later also. So thank you very much for a wonderful lecture, Arvindji. Really, it's a really enjoyable, and it's very simple and also very encouraging. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you for this
Thank you.
opportunity. Thank you,
Thank you
Sheikh
very much.
Abdul.
Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, we had a wonderful sessions today.